Thank you for joining me today. Welcome back for those that are joining. Thank you for subscribing for those who have subscribed, and like, follow, share, and subscribe. Yes, I make new devotionals weekly, and I make Bible reading easier for you. And for those that enjoy some Bible study sessions and like to read on your own, this would be the best for you, the devotionals that I normally do. And today this week I was reading through the book of Genesis chapter 39, and I was reading about favor. Oh, I wish I knew this earlier. In Africa is where I've seen a lot of people that have studied, even I included, studied a lot and no job. I stayed with no job, I think, for almost, I graduated in 2015, around until 2021. Then I could get a real job from the government of Kenya that said that I have a job. Let me tell you, all those years you are very well educated. You still continue to educate yourself. You still continue to study. You still continue to work hard and also expand on your skills. Continue just expanding on your skills, but still nothing happens. And I didn't even notice anything was missing. This week I was reading through the book of Genesis chapter 39, and I was reading about favor. And I noticed that throughout this while I started praying for favor recently, like 2 years ago, yes, approximately 2 years ago. And I noticed that there was something that was missing in my prayers. Favor isn't just luck or chance. It's the undeniable hand of God opening doors that no one can shut. When God's favor is on you, it positions you for blessings, opportunities, and breakthroughs that you could never achieve on your own. When God's hand is upon you, I tell you that no one can stop what God is about to do or will do for you. I used to think that because I'm strong, that I don't need favor. I don't need to pray for favor. Because I'm strong, probably I can do anything. Because I'm fast, I can reach wherever I'm going faster. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11 says that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet the bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. The wise sometimes go hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those who are educated don't always lead successful lives. It is all decided by chance, by being in the right place at the right time. I love the story of Steve Harvey. He has never gone to school, but he's very successful. Something like that. It's God's favor, and by luck or chance, the way God decides it, according to God's will. And I was reading the story of Joseph. If you remember, the way Joseph was sold by his brothers as a slave to the Ishmaelite traders, and then Potiphar, one of the captain guard of Pharaoh, purchased him. When Joseph started working for Pharaoh in his household, there was a lot of blessings that just started to happen in Potiphar's house, and a lot of crops started growing, livestock started flourishing, everything started to run smoothly, and Joseph obtained favor in Potiphar's eyes. And this is just a perfect example to show how favor can just operate in someone else's life. When God's hand is in your life, nobody can shut a door that God has opened for you. The brothers were jealous of him and sold him to slavery, thinking that probably he will not succeed. When Joseph reached in Potiphar's house, Potiphar immediately saw him as somebody who is useful. When Joseph was in prison, you could think that prison was the worst place to be. But in Joseph's case, prison turned out to be the best place he could have ever been. So when Joseph arrived in prison, it didn't take long for Joseph to obtain favor with the prison wardens. Joseph started interpreting dreams of the chief cupbearer of Pharaoh, and the baker of Pharaoh inside the prison. And he was the only one who had this ability. And after some time, Pharaoh started having dreams of what would happen in Egypt. And the only person who could interpret it was Joseph. It took 2 years. Joseph was in the prison 2 years for something that he didn't even commit. And then Pharaoh called him and told him that he would like to interpret those. Pharaoh gave him a new name. Pharaoh gave him a wife, Asenath. And then after some time, Joseph got his first child, Manasseh. That means God has made me forget all my trouble and everyone in my father's family. The second son was Ephraim. And it meant that God had made him fruitful in the land where he was supposed to have grief. And I love this story of Joseph because he was a slave at first, and then he became head of Potiphar's house, and then he became governor under Pharaoh's approval and appointment. You can see how God's hand can work in somebody's life, and without God's hand, life just becomes hard. And there are some things truly you cannot do without God. There are some things that you cannot do without God. Also, I read the story of Esther. If you remember, Esther was just a simple girl raised by Mordecai, and she didn't know that one day she'll be lined in front of the king and obtain favor from the king. But from a simple girl, she was the one who obtained favor among all the virgins, beautiful virgins, and she became the queen. If you remember the story of Mary, among all the ladies in the world, Mary was the chosen virgin that was supposed to have Jesus Christ, who will come to save us. Anybody could have been easily chosen, but God decided to choose Mary, and she was highly favored among all other women, blessed and highly favored among all other women. When God chooses you, it doesn't matter where you are from, it doesn't matter who you are, it's about where He is taking you. The same God who lifted Joseph from prison and Esther from obscurity is the God who is working behind the scenes in your life. His favor surrounds you like a shield. Psalms 5 verse 12. I started praying differently because I was like, if I have studied for all those years and I haven't gotten a job yet, what prayers am I doing different? Make prayers and declarations of favor upon your life. This will really change your life. When I started praying for favor, I started praying for God's divine direction, divine connections, favor upon my life, open doors, also favor with good relationships in my life, and I saw my relationships changing. So you can declare over your life and say, God's favor is upon me. He is making a way where there is no way. Opportunities, blessings, and breakthroughs are coming my way. Divine connections are coming my way. God's favor is, His hand is in your life. You can conquer anything. Let me tell you, I would not be here without God's favor. I would not be here. I would not be here because other people would easily be chosen to be here, right? Other people would easily be chosen to be here. But I am here for a reason. And He enabled that to happen for a reason. So He made this happen for a reason, and I don't take it lightly, because some of these doors I was praying for them to open because I knew that there was no other way, that I could easily do it by myself. I could never have done this all by myself. Without favor included in your prayers, there's some small tiny things that will be missing in your life, and you're wondering, why hasn't this door opened? Some doors have to open when God's hand is there. Yes, pray for favor. And I am grateful for joining me. I'm grateful for following me. I'm grateful for those that are joining me in this journey, and I love making the devotionals every week. If you like to be reminded each and every week of a new verse, a new scripture, a new way and a new perspective of thinking also, this is the place for you. Until next time, nasladarin.